The moon casts an eerie glow over the dense Philippine jungle. The sounds of crickets and distant animals create an ominous ambience. Carlos, who's 18, and Maria, who's 17, a couple of adventurous teenagers, are cautiously making their way through the jungle, flashlight beams cutting through the darkness. Maria, are you sure this is the right way to the waterfall? I think so, my cousin, and it's deep in the jungle, away from the tourist path. Their path grows narrower and more treacherous. The jungle seems to close in around them. They stumble into a small clearing, revealing a hidden waterfall cascading into the serene pool. Excitement washes over them as they lower their backpacks. We found it. Carlos and Maria quickly set up a small picnic, savoring the tranquility of the secluded spot. But their peace is shattered by a distant, chilling howl. Did you hear that? Yeah, what was that? They exchanged worried glances as the sound grows closer. Suddenly, a tall, shadowy figure emerges from the jungle. It's the Aswang, a legendary Philippine monster. You should not have come here. The Aswang's eyes glow with an eerie light as it bares its elongated fangs. Run, Maria. They scramble to their feet, but the Aswang is too fast. It lunges at them, claws extended, narrowly missing Maria. They race back to the jungle. The teenagers push through the dense foliage, the Aswang in relentless pursuit. Maria trips over and falls, but Carlos helps her up, adrenaline fueling their escape. You cannot escape me. They reach a steep cliff, the only way out blocked by a sheer drop. We're trapped. Maria spots a rope hanging from a nearby tree. There, the rope. They grab the rope and rappel down the cliff, narrowly escaping the Aswang's grasp. They reach the riverbank, gasping for breath. The Aswang appears at the cliff's edge, its eyes filled with malice. You will not leave this jungle alive. With a mighty leap, the Aswang jumps down, landing heavily, but it miscalculates the distance and slams into the riverbank. Carlos and Maria seize the opportunity and sprint into the jungle once more. They run for their lives, desperate to put as much distance between themselves and the Aswang as possible. We can't keep running forever. Carlos spots a small, centuries-old shrine covered in offerings to forest spirits. The shrine. Maybe it'll protect us. They dash toward the shrine, the Aswang close behind. Maria grabs a small bottle of holy water left at the shrine, splashing it at the approaching monster. No! The holy water sizzles as the Aswang's skin, causing it to reel in agony. Now, let's go. They race away from the shrine, leaving a wounded Aswang behind. They finally emerge from the jungle, panting and exhausted, the Aswang's cries of anger and frustration echo in the distance. We made it. Carlos holds Maria tightly as they catch their breath, thankful for their narrow escape from the legendary monster. Carlos and Maria reached a small village at the end of the jungle. The villagers are gathered around a small fire, sharing stories and laughter. We should warn them about the Aswang. You're right, let's find someone who can help. They approach an elderly villager who listens intently to their story. You were lucky to escape the Aswang's grasp. It's a fearsome creature, but we know how to protect ourselves. The elderly villager shows them a shrine adorned with protective charms and herbs. This shrine keeps the Aswang at bay. We offer our prayers to the spirits of the jungle, and they protect us in return. Carlos and Maria were relieved to find safety among the villagers. The next day, Carlos and Maria decided to stay with the villagers a while longer, helping with chores and learning about their way of life. I'm glad we found this village. It feels safe here. Carlos nods as they share a moment of quiet gratitude. But as the days pass, the memory of the Aswang still lingers in the back of their minds. They decide it's time to leave the village and return home, but they do so with newfound knowledge and respect for legends and traditions of the Philippines. Carlos and Maria are on a plane heading home. They reflect on their adventure. We'll never forget what happened in that jungle, and we'll never forget the kindness of those villagers. As the plane soars above the lush Philippines landscape, they can't help but wonder about the ancient legends and the creatures that may still roam in the unexplored corners of their country. Carlos and Maria have returned to the familiarity of their urban life. Feeling safe and relieved to be back home, they share stories of their adventures with friends, often laughing about their near encounter with the Aswang. Can you believe how fast we ran from that thing? I'm just glad we made it out alive. But their laughter fades when strange occurrences began to plague their apartment. Objects moving on their own, eerie sounds in the night, and whispers that seem to come from nowhere. Carlos and Maria are in the kitchen when they hear a chilling sound of a child's laughter. They exchange alarmed glances. Did you hear that, Maria? I did. It can't be the Aswang, right? They search the apartment but find nothing unusual. Desperate for answers, they seek the help of a local shaman who specializes in supernatural matters. The shaman listens to their story and examines the protective talismans they brought back from the village. You've angered the Aswang. It follows you here and it won't rest until it claims what it came for. What can we do? You must confront it and offer it a suitable offering to appease its hunger. They follow the shaman's guidance and prepare an offering of fruits and candles in their apartment. The air grows heavy as they wait in tense silence. The room is suddenly filled with a malevolent presence. The Aswang materializes before them, its eyes filled with hunger. You cannot escape me. Carlos and Maria are terrified but stand their ground. They present the offering to the creature. Please, take this offering and leave us in peace. The Aswang's eyes the offering, and after a tense moment, accepts it. Its form wavers and it begins to dissipate, vanishing into the shadows. Carlos and Maria watch as the Aswang disappears into the night, leaving them shaken but relieved. I think it's gone. We can finally live without fear. As they stand on their balcony, they realize the importance of respecting the ancient legends and traditions of their country. The Aswang may be gone for now, but they always carry the memory of their encounter as a reminder to be cautious when venturing into the unknown. As Carlos and Maria breathe a sigh of relief, believing the Aswang has departed, they start cleaning up the remains of their offering. But the room grows cold and lights flicker ominously. Something doesn't feel right, Carlos. Suddenly, a gust of wind sweeps through the apartment, extinguishing all the candles. The Aswang materializes once more, its eyes burning with malevolence. You thought a mere offering would save you. Carlos and Maria back away, fear in their eyes. We won't let you take us. They grab a container of holy water they had prepared earlier and splash it at the Aswang. It hisses in pain as the holy water burns its skin. We have to banish it. The couple quickly recites an incantation they learned from the shaman, raising their voices against the howling wind that surrounds them. Spirits of the light, protect us from this darkness. The room vibrates with supernatural energy as the Aswang struggles against the ritual's power. Its form begins to distort and weaken. You will pay for this. The incantation grows stronger, and the Aswang is forced back. It lets out a final, agonized scream before disappearing into the ether. Carlos and Maria stand on their balcony, trembling from the ordeal. It's gone. For real this time. We did it, Maria. They hold each other tightly, watching as the night sky as it begins to calm. With the Aswang finally banished, Carlos and Maria decide to leave their apartment and find a new place to live, far away from the memories of that terrifying night. We can't risk it returning. We need a fresh start. I never want to go through that again. They gathered their belongings, leaving behind the apartment that had become a battleground between the mundane and the supernatural.